Wrong button.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Flinger, and welcome to Valguero. Valguero is a pretty amazing and expansive map. Not as large as others, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in verticality, and there is a bunch of different things, from caves to artifacts to boss fights roaming the open world that you're going to have to encounter while you are playing on Valguero. So, let's talk about some of the best and easiest ways of fighting them via your mounts or your dinosaurs. From easiest to hardest, this is a list of some of the most essential dinosaurs that you're going to need for the best play experience on Valguero. So sit back, grab some coffee, and let's jump right into this. All right, let's get the usual suspects out of the way. Well, first off, you're going to need a ton of stone. So how are you going to get the stone? Of course, with the Doedicurus. Doedicurus are at this point, a lot of people consider them required. Honestly, I think they're great. They expedite having to use your hatchet all the time to gather a bunch of stone, but they are kind of necessary for those big, amazing bases. They are absolutely kind of... yeah, they're pretty good. And these guys, they spawn all around the redwoods and then also over in the chalk hills area. If you're looking for Doedicurus, you can find them all the way around over here, and then also over in here. Every once in a while, you can find some up in here. They're pretty much all over the map. So yeah, wherever you look, if you see a Doedicurus, check its level. It might be the one for you. And the next one, of course, being just one of the usual suspects. So, it's an Anki. Ankis are extremely important for gathering up all that metal. Now, these are ones that I will not say are, it's user preference. You really need an Anki. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, grab yourself an Anki, and just like the Doedicurus, these guys can spawn in the exact same places quite often. So, yeah, just keep your eye out for them as well. And the next one, well, the next one is more user preference than anything, but it's either, I would have to say, a beaver or a mammoth. Now, the mammoths are found over in the, this section over here, over in the side, or also up in the snow area up there, while the beavers, they can be found right over here, and then a couple places over here. But this one right here is the one I've actually had the best luck looking at them, or looking for them. So yeah, in all four of these ones, I was going to include, exactly how you do it. They're a simple knockout tame. Every single one of them, the Doedicurus, the Anki, the mammoth, and the beaver, they're a simple knockout tame. Knock them out with whichever item you have available, and then either stick berries, veggie, or kibble on them, depending on what you have at the time. And yeah, they're rather easy. Although when it comes around to the beaver, I would recommend taking additional narcotics or a butt ton of narco berries just to help you out with taming them, because their torpor does go down pretty fast. So yeah, those are the usual suspects. Let's move on to the other ones. All right, now the next one that I think is very essential for the map is just a pteranodon, a very simple pteranodon, because while the map, it's a decent size, a pteranodon can get across it extremely quickly and extremely effectively. So in order to get those early game resources past level 35, getting up into the next one, well, a pteranodon is extremely, extremely valuable. They will be able to get in, get out, get whatever you need. Even if you decide to go for something like, say, wyvern eggs later on, which in my opinion is completely optional, wyvern is no means necessary on this. So I'm sorry, it's probably not going to be on the list, or it's not going to be very high, just because you can go almost your entire gameplay of Valguero without ever even seeing a wyvern. So yeah, that would make them a little bit less necessary. But yeah, but if you are looking to get yourself some wyvern eggs, a pteranodon does it extremely easily and extremely effectively. Also, you can use them to go throughout the map, get your resources, grab your organic polymer, grab all sorts of other things, and just get out and then get back to base, so where you can actually spend more of your time crafting instead of, yeah. So, yeah. Pteranodons, they're really good. Now, these guys are actually pretty easy to get and knock out. I'm sure most everybody knows exactly how to get this done, but the easiest way to tame a pteranodon, bullet, and then once it's out, well, once it's down and you got it pinned, just shoot it in the back of the head, and there you go. Very easy pteranodon. Yeah, just make sure when you're using trank arrows, yeah, shoot for the back of the head. They go down very, very quickly. He's gonna have a long nap now. All right, so this is the part of the video so where I don't get a bunch of comments down below. Why didn't you add wyverns? Well, I am adding wyverns, but only more as an audible mention kind of thing because they do help out quite a bit, but I don't view them as essential at all when it comes to Valguero. Yes, they do allow you to get from one side of the map to another rather quickly. Yes, they do allow you to carry a little bit more weight than a Trondon, actually double the weight from a Trondon. And they are, you know, an airborne swoopy menace that pops down, breathes fire ice on you from the sky, and then you get your stuff, and then you get out of there. So, yeah, this is the part of the video where the wyverns go down. Don't hate me in the comments down below. I just don't view them as necessary. I know a lot of people do. Honestly, I think there are better and more effective ways of getting across Valguero, and we will get into those later on. But yeah, if you want to get yourself a wyvern on Valguero, there is the Wyvern Trench right up here. On the outside of it, there is ice wyverns. On the inside of the cave part of it, there is fire wyvern eggs in it. Sorry, those are the only two available. But yeah, so yeah, wyverns. They're very tanky, very beefy, and they dish out a ton of damage. All right, now this next one, I'm sorry, it is a paid-for creature added into it with the Fantastic Tames and the Lost Colony DLC pre-order expansion pass, which is the Spring Drakeling. Well, it's the Drakeling, but more specifically, it is the spring flavor of it. Just because of the regeneration that it offers, because going into the caves on Valguero, caves are a very necessary part of you know, going through Valguero. You need it for a bunch of loot. You need it for a bunch of the artifacts. Matter of fact, most of the artifacts. And getting in, getting out in a decent amount of time. Plus also just covering your butt while you're in there. A Spring Drakeling with their regeneration is huge. Just because, yeah, they will save your butt. I know they saved my butt more times than not. So yeah, I would recommend definitely a Spring Drakeling. It will make your life so much easier when it comes to when you start venturing into the caves. They do help out quite a bit. Now, these guys are tamed via torch. I've got a basics on exactly how to do all of it. I will link it down below. So yeah. All right, the next one I would recommend is definitely a Carcanos. I mean, not only do they help you breed or help you gather up a bunch more stuff with Ankies and Dodicruses and stuff like that, but also, I mean, face it, these guys, you're going to want something to go down to the Rock Drake Trench if you're looking for a Rock Drake, or a Reaper also to get some of that Nameless Venom. It's going to be down there, and one of the best and easiest ways to get in and get out is something that is tanky and can jump quite considerably high. And you're definitely going to want a Carcanos for that. Tame one if you want, or you can just go down and claim a baby of a high-level Carcanos just so where you can get what you want. The saddles do drop on Valguero, so you can get an increased drop for a saddle, and you can actually take one down and yeah, you can have a good time with it. So I would definitely recommend a Carcanos because, I mean, it will just make your life so much easier. I do view them as essential if anything in the red zone is something that you're interested in the Valguero section down below. And yeah, so definitely, yeah, get yourself some crabs. All right, the next one I would thoroughly recommend because caving is such a big part of Valguero. Not only just caving, but also going down into the aberrant zone, which means that, I mean, honestly, a Thylacoleo. You just cannot go wrong with Thylacoleo. While I did have a rather hard time finding them in the redwoods, they are there. You just have to keep looking. Grab a Argent, grab a Parasaur, drag it throughout it, and see if you can actually locate a couple that way. But yeah, these guys are absolutely amazing. In PvE mode, you can fire off the back of the saddle, and they are just an amazing taming pen that you just ride on the back of. It is absolutely amazing. Not only are they just vastly tanky, but they can also, combined with the bleed, forget about it. These guys are just such a good tame. Absolutely amazing. And then also, rule of thumb, remember when it comes to caving, and I've said this many times, when it comes to caving, if a Thylacoleo won't fit in it, grab a Baryonyx, which is another reason why this one right here is not just Thylacoleo, this is Baryonyx as well. So if you, if a Thylacoleo will not fit in, grab yourself a Baryonyx. Trust me, it'll fit in. It'll be absolutely amazing, and you'll have a good time. There is a couple caves where there are Purlovia, but for that one right there, I would recommend like a Deinosuchus, just because it's so hard to knock you off the back of one of those things. Yeah, it's amazing. But I would absolutely, my end-all be-all when it comes around to which regular daily mount should you use, Thylacoleo. It is just hands down the best ground mount that you can have on this map. It is so good. Combine it with a spring drakeling as well, and forget about it. I mean, you're in for a good time. I'm just saying. All right, these guys, they are tamed in the redwoods with mutton. I will also link the basics down below, just so where you know exactly how to find them, how to tame them, and everything that you need to know about Thylacoleos as well. Matter of fact, most of the ones will be on the basics forums listed down below. So if you have any further questions on, you know, how to tame, what they do, exactly all the ins and outs of them, it'll be covered in the description down below. And the number 2 most essential tame for all of Valguero, I would have to say, is the Argent. These guys are just so good because you are going to be going all over the map, getting all sorts of different resources, and what better to do it with an Argent. Yeah, it is a little bit slower than some of the other ones, but, I mean, it is just phenomenal just how much stuff they can carry. They have weight reduction on just about everything. They're rather easy to tame at level 63, and, I mean, their saddle is pretty easy to get, so they will help you out quite a bit. If you want to carry a ton of resources, breed yourself up a whole flock of them, and then take them around to go gather up your metal with an Anki. It is just amazing. These guys, can't say enough good things about Argent. They are the king of the flyers for a reason, and they still shine very, very brightly on Valguero. So yeah, Argent Tames, they are just absolutely amazing. I mean, there's really only one creature on Valguero that I think outshines it, and yeah, let's jump into that one. And for the last one, of course, it is the Rock Drake. I mean, there is no faster way of getting across any map for the most part than gliding Rock Drake. And it's not just that. They are not just fast. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. They're a Thylacoleo that can glide very well. They can climb extremely well. You have a 2-passenger seat that can go on one of these guys. And also, you can use these guys as your own personal taming pen by just latching onto a wall, firing from the back of it if you're in PvE mode, and then, you know, just knocking things out amazingly well. These guys are super effective at being used as a riding taming pen. Also, when it comes around from gliding from one side of Valguero to another, these guys will do it in spades. They are just so fast, and they are so absolutely amazing. And also, they swim, so you don't have to worry about running into the water at any time. So, yeah, definitely, you're definitely going to want to get a Carcanos, come down here, grab yourself a Rock Drake egg, and then hatch it up. Make sure you have quite a few air conditioners just to do it, but yeah, once you have one of these guys, I mean, the sky's the limit. You can continue to come down here as much as you want, grab Reaper Kings, and just have a really, really good time. In my opinion, a Rock Drake is like the end-all, be-all tame for Valguero. Once you have one, things are really going to click in place, especially when it comes around to having all the rest of the stuff on the map. Yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. Rock Drakes, you cannot go wrong with one. All right, so that's going to do it. Honestly, there are a few more that could be on this list just because they do make things a little bit easier, but I do think when it comes around to essential tames, these are the ones I would consider essential. The Deinonychus that is added to the Valguero map is good, but I don't view them as essential. They are nice, but in my opinion, a Thylacoleo outshines them in just about every way. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, I hope the video helps you out, and yeah, so, hey, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, subscribe, and until next time, this is Flinger, and take it easy, everybody.